there's not a single person here. Selamat pagi, pagi. Apa kabar? Hai, pecik. In the center, the heart of Ubud, where I'm currently staying with a local family. And it's amazing seeing them getting ready to go to school, having all that thing. Pagi. It's an amazing experience to see what goes on in the mornings here, as well as it enters out right into a busy street. Oh, good morning. It's okay? Yeah? What time? 8:30. 8:30. Okay, it's perfect. Makasih ya. Apa kabar? See, and that's the amazing thing. Walking right out, that's actually the owner of the place. But here we're right into where they're setting up the marketplace where we kind of started yesterday. And it's not kind of like the only place like that. Like right here, you can see this is Wirara House and it's Senza House, which usually means it splits into two with one entryway. And a family lives there, like multiple generations of family live there. And at the same time, here's another one right here like this. And not only do families live there, but they also rent out the rooms there. So full generations of people live there. I know we talked about it yesterday, but in case you're new around here, just so you know, it's an amazing thing. And at the same time, I also think at one point you would leave your house into a quiet street, and now every day you walk out full of tourists. But right now, early in the morning, as you can see, this is only my second morning here. I'm starting to get the hang of it. These markets don't open up till around 10. Tourists actually don't get here till around 10:30, 11 o'clock. But we're going to start our day the only way you can start a day, as you guys remember, when you're here. And officially, because I wasn't sure from yesterday, but when you really want to meet the local people and see kind of tradition, the lady here putting out their offerings, when you officially want to meet and see this kind of life, you have to do it early in the morning. You have to do it early in the mornings, because this is a town. The life here starts early for the locals, much earlier than it does for the tourists. The tourists right now are here kind of going out and half asleep, but the locals have been up for 2 or 3 hours. It's already 7:30 in the morning. They've already been up for a while. And now they're setting up to get ready for the tourists. And what do I mean by that? Well, this is a huge market over here. One that didn't exist when I lived here. A market that didn't exist when I lived here 2 years ago. Or I lived here 3 years ago. This market didn't exist, I want to say. I never saw it. But now does. Where it's currently closed. But the thing about the marketplace over here is it actually transforms. I didn't realize that till yesterday when I was looking at it. So basically in the morning from around, I don't know what time, but I'm guessing from around 5 o'clock, to 8 o'clock, it's like the local market. So right now everything you see is only for local people that are here. But then this whole area right here transforms, and it transforms into a market for tourists where they're selling sarongs, they're selling little things like that. But in the mornings, at this time, 7:30 in the morning, they have the flowers for the offering, dragon fruits. Hello, apa kabar? Makasih. And you can see here from the morning market, there's not really any tourists here. You can see at this morning market, there's no tourists really. It's all local people here. And also the thing that I feel the most is no one's hassling me or heckling me. If you come through here in about 2 hours, there's actually a transition period where there's no one here. I believe it's around 9 o'clock, where there's not a single person here. Selamat pagi, pagi. Apa kabar? Baik, pecik. And this is where you actually connect with the locals coming to the markets early. Or we actually might walk through here. So these are a lot of things that if you were a tourist coming through here, you wouldn't even recognize what any of this stuff is. But the locals know 100% exactly what it is. This is the real market. This is the real market in Ubud. So this is here right now, but later today they're going to be selling outfits. They're going to be selling all kinds of things. This street right here will be packed full of people. If you watch the video, I believe I've already put it out where we just walk through Ubud. This went on and on and on right over here. So this turned into a market as well. So that's like the local market. This is where all the tourists are. This is where all the tourist markets will be. It'll be all the way as far as your eyes can see down this way, as well as up here where they're selling stuff here on the ground. And like I say, the transition period happens, and yesterday I saw at least maybe 9 or 10 police making sure everyone was cleared out completely. And they cleaned up the ground, cleaned it up perfectly, because I realized the locals, this is local doing most of the time, believe it or not. But they clean this whole area up. They clean this whole area up, and it is spick and span and clean. And then people come up and they set up their little tourist booths, like I was saying before. So you see, this is the real local market. And you almost, if you look around, how many tourists do you all see here? Do y'all see any? I don't see a single tourist here. Just as I say that, 2 tourists walk by. Well, basically, no, there is none. It's an interesting thing because the tourists just walk right by here. And most of the people buying things, you saw the owner of where I stay at, she was buying food most likely for this morning. Look at all this. This is the real market. And yes, some of these people selling things, they buy it, of course, from other places, but some of them bring it from their own backyard, if it's anything like the culture where I live at in Mexico. But that's the real market. That's keeping the money in the hands of the locals. For me, that's how I feel, like that. Even when you look at the papayas, they're not perfectly yellow. You know, they're imperfectly perfect. But when you see the tourist areas selling it, they're all perfect. All of them look perfect colors. See, tourists aren't even walk by that and they won't even know what that means. Pagi, pagi. Selamat pagi. Beautiful. I love that. And it's so early in the morning. Selamat pagi. Pagi. I know what y'all trying to say, tourist thing, but I gotta have my healthy juice to start the morning off. Been on a good roll. Selamat pagi. You know, I know what you're thinking. Maybe, Luke, you made this video talking about going and supporting the locals and doing this, and now you're eating at the this kind of place, what's going on. And I will say, I love my juices in the morning. I love to just kind of sit here and just watch what's going on, observe. So I'm gonna enjoy my little morning for me, and then we're going to, yeah, make our way just a little bit around. It's early, so it's still not hot out, but we should get a little bit more of what's going on. Oh, this is like an hour later. And you can see the local market right here is closing up right now. They're cleaning up the streets. Because you can see this is just from the local market that they had earlier today. And they're cleaning up, sweeping up, heading back to their homes, their rice fields, to their villages, their towns that are outside of here. And they'll be ready to come back here the next day, tomorrow, setting up. Because there's a small transition period where I see all of them are gone. And there's police here just to make sure that they all go away, which is so, I mean, it's like multi-purpose. But you see, even from this morning, almost all gone. You can see they're all cleaning up, which I'm pretty sure they all pay to be here as well. They're cleaning up here because these boobs later in the day, as you guys have seen from the videos, this is the police right there. You see him making sure they all clear up and clean out in time. Because the actual market itself, which I guess they have strict hours, they open at 10. So there's that little period of cleaning out, getting all this stuff cleared out for the other market that comes through. So interesting. So I guess if you're struggling to find your BALI name, okay, to say there, I don't know if I've said it yet, there's 4 names. So if you're the firstborn, it's a certain name. A secondborn is another name. Thirdborn, it's another name. Fourthborn, it's another name. If you're the fifthborn, you start back at the first name. So no matter where you are, whether you're your only child, such as Tiffany, who I just met at Ubud Kitchen. Tiffany, what's going on? I met Tiffany and her name is Putu. She's an only child. Putu's number 1. That's all I know, which is the number 1. We'll do another thing with the names another day. And with that, I feel the sun's starting to cook already. This is already cleared out. Look at this. No tourists at all. It's such a weird thing. It's like, I don't know, it's like the tourists come here from like 11 to 7 or 8. Full, you can't even walk here, guys. All the markets up there are all open, full of people. But right now, it's still quiet. But what do you guys think about it here? Could you come and visit here? What do you think? The calm before the storm. I would say definitely come here and get here early. Because once it starts picking up, pagi, bakabar, ay, bacik. And the one thing that you need to know is when you're in these countries and you wonder why I speak so many languages, and at least I know enough of languages. I know about probably 13 to 17 languages that I know enough of. Now I speak 3 fluently, those don't count. But of the ones I don't speak fluently, I know about 13 other ones that I know just enough to get by. Just enough, you need just enough to make the people smile. That's the hack I've realized. It's not enough to have a full-blown conversation. It's having just enough that it brings a smile to the people's faces when you say something. That's it. And one thing I'm loving about Bali now, it seems like it's changed, is trash. When I was here before, there was so much trash everywhere. It was almost like, oh my goodness. And one of the things when you're learning those languages, and we'll have a separate thing on that. Maybe you guys who are members, I've already posted something where I'm teaching all that stuff to y'all who are members up here. Pagi boss, bakabar, alright, pacik. Yeah, it's knowing just enough of the language to get a smile. That's it, that's the key. Because that smile and laughter opens up something. I don't know what. Haven't figured that out yet. So here's another little like side little street area. That will have a market in it, from what I believe. Selamat pagi, apa kabar? So maybe one day when y'all see me dressed like this, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. But one of the things with connecting with the locals and people is you gotta find your in. And maybe I have a video on that for, like I say, for y'all members. But finding your in, what do I mean is, they don't know you. You're just another tourist. So what's gonna separate you from just every other person that comes through here? You know? Everyone loves laughing, everyone loves eating. Those are two things I've realized. We don't do enough of it. At least not in the right way. So having a little bit, enough to make them laugh. Great to see them with trash. Enough to make them laugh. That's the key. And with that being said, we see the accommodations. I'm gonna go inside and get ready. I'm gonna go out to, I'm gonna get ready to start the day and my day without the camera. So appreciate y'all being here. Make sure you come and visit this place. When y'all saw me gain all that weight when I lived here before, it was because of this place, Cinnamon. The best desserts I've ever had. I used to eat them by the box. They were that good and that addicting. I've been nervous to try just one since I've been here, maybe on the last day. But with that said, find your Bali name. We'll do a separate video on that. And for you guys in the members area, we're gonna be a video release on how you can learn any language so simply. I promise you, it's gonna blow your mind. And yeah, with that, have a beautiful day. Get out early when you're here, before the sun, before the tourists. Visit the local markets, support the locals, and I'll see you all in the next video.